Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we are going to learn about the biology PUC first year chapter, and that is known as the living world. So these notes are directly taken from the NCERT textbook. So let us start. Life is a unique complex organization of molecules expressing through chemical reactions which lead to growth, development, responsiveness, adaptation and reproduction. So, a living organism is a self replicating, evolving, and self regulating interactive system capable of responding to external stimuli. So, from this was the basic things, okay, these two lines. So, these are the properties of living organisms now, which I'm going to ask, and this might come as MCQ for PUC first year final exam and even CT and NEET also. So, be careful while listening. So, growth. It is the increase in number and mass of cells by cell division. It means the growth in the form of living thing. Okay. In plants, growth continues throughout their lifespan. So the plant can grow for its lifetime. There is no gap, or I can say there is no end of growing. In animals, growth is only up to a certain age. However, cell division occurs to replace lost cells. See, this animals which is there in animals, human beings also will come. So this growth is only up to a certain age. Okay, so in the this thing for the children especially, or the adults, I can say it is till 18 years old growth is there. There is more faster growth in male than the female. However, cell division occurs to replace lost cell. It means if the brain cells are damaged, then it cannot be replaced. Okay, so this is the exception from this, and the cell division occurs to replace lost cell. This cell division will occurs if you, for example, if you have fall down and the blood is coming out. Okay, so the cells will replace. Okay, then the basically the growth is the increase in mass and size. The non-living objectives also grow. For example, surface accumulation of material. So growth is not defining property of living organisms. Understood? This is very important. In living organism, growth is from inside. Okay, in non-living you can see from the outside. It is reproduction. Okay, it is the production of progeny having features similar to those of parents. This is of genetic line. Okay, then organisms reproduce asexually and sexually. In unicellular organisms, growth and reproduction are same, but they reproduce by cell division. Many organisms do not reproduce. For example, mollusks, worker bees, and then infertile human couples, etc. Hence, reproduction is not a perfect defining property of living organism. So, as you took science course, there is no need to shy. Okay, because from this only your chapters are going to start, especially in PUC second year. Then comes the metabolism. It is the sum total of all biochemical reactions taken place inside a cell, inside a living system. It is defining feature of living organism. Metabolic reactions can be demonstrated outside the body in cell-free systems. Then isolated metabolic reactions in vitro are not living things but are living reactions. See, in vitro which is there, which is like it is coming reproduction, I will explain you later. Cellular organization. Organisms are made up of one or more cells, as you all know, which you are studying from the past 3 years from class 7th. It is defining the feature of the living organisms. Then comes consciousness. It is the ability of organisms to sense the environment and respond to environmental stimuli like light, water, temperature, other organisms, chemicals, pollutions, etc. See, if the person is consciousness, what is consciousness? When a person feels, right, whether there's a hot climate or cold climate, or hot water or cold water, and he can see light from his own eyes in which his eye cells are not damaged. So this is known as the consciousness. Okay, if the person is not doing anything at all, as I said, then it is known as unconsciousness. All the organisms are awake of the surroundings, aware of their surroundings. So this is defining property of living organisms, as the human is the only organism having self-consciousness. So hope you like my video. Please like, share and subscribe to this. Bye.